this video I will tell you about top 12 most spoken languages in the world. Ever wonder what the most widely spoken languages in the world are? Although there are currently more than 7,000 languages, more than half of the world's population speaks just 23 of them. Whether it's the melodic tones of Spanish, the rich intricacies of Mandarin, or the rhythmic cadence of English, mastering any of these top tongues will open doors to new cultures and countless opportunities. Knowing what the most spoken languages are is essential for maximizing your global expansion strategy and leveling up in the business world. Beyond expanded professional endeavors, speaking more than one language offers us new horizons and the opportunity to develop our cultural understanding. From the languages that English speakers will find easy to learn, to the more difficult languages, we've compiled this all-encompassing list for you based on real data. Let's start. Number 12. German. There are total 133 million speakers of German in world. German is, of course, the official language of Germany. Unlike other European counterparts, it's mostly spoken within Europe, with only Austria, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and Luxembourg having sizable German-speaking populations. That said, learning German is incredibly popular relative to its small population, ranking as the fifth most studied language in the world. German belongs to the West Germanic branch of the Indo-European language family. It's known for its compound words, which can combine several words into one. Despite its reputation for complexity, German follows logical rules and patterns, making it systematic to learn once you've understood the basic principles. This makes it a popular language in science, philosophy, and technology. Number 11.
Indonesian. There are total 199 million speakers of Indonesian in the world. Bahasa Indonesian is the official language of Indonesia, the fourth most populous country in the world. Peculiarly, it's not the native language of most of its speakers. Rather, it's a second language necessary for mutual understanding in a country with more than 200 languages. Indonesian is also a standardized form of Malay, making the two languages mutually intelligible. It uses the Latin alphabet and is known for its simple grammar structures, lacking conjugations, grammatical gender, and plural forms. Indonesian also absorbed many loanwords from Sanskrit, Arabic, Dutch, English, and various local languages, reflecting Indonesia's history in diversity.
Number 10.
Urdu. There are 232 million speakers of Urdu in the world. Urdu is one of the two official languages in Pakistan and is also widely used in certain regions of India. The spoken part of Urdu is widely intelligible with Hindi, as both speakers can understand each other without much issue. However, Urdu uses a modified Persian script for its alphabet, while Hindi uses Sanskrit. Urdu is also famous for its phonetic qualities, which make it a beautiful language for poetry and literature. It can be described as an elegant language, particularly thanks to its formality. Despite political tensions, Urdu continues to serve as a bridge between India and Pakistan, particularly through film, music, and literature.
Number 9.
Russian. There are 255 million speakers of Russian in the world. Finding Russian among the most widely spoken languages globally shouldn't be a surprise, considering that Russia is the largest country in the world by territory. Plus, while Russian is the official language of only 4 countries, it's widely spoken in 19 countries. In fact, did you know that it's also the language with the highest number of native speakers in all of Europe? This East Slavic language uses the Cyrillic alphabet, which can be intimidating for learners who are used to the Latin script. However, many letters are similar to their Latin counterparts, so you won't have to learn many new symbols. What you should be concerned with, though, is its complex grammar system, which includes 6 cases, 3 genders, and aspects in verbs. However, this complexity also gives it a unique and beautiful nuance, which is why some of history's literary giants, like Tolstoy and Dostoevsky, come from Russia.
Number 8.
Portuguese. There are 264 million speakers of Portuguese in the world. Portuguese is another language that expanded worldwide during the European colonial period. In fact, only 5% of Portuguese speakers actually live in Portugal. Today, Portuguese is the official language of 9 countries in Europe, South America, Africa, and Asia. Brazil is the largest country out of those 9 and has the most Portuguese speakers. Brazil's large population makes Portuguese the most widely spoken language in the Southern Hemisphere. The language is known for its rich vowel system, including nasal vowels, which contribute to its distinct, rhythmic sound. Portuguese pronunciation varies significantly between European and Brazilian variants, with the latter generally considered more melodic. Although both variants are mutually intelligible, these differences in pronunciation make it difficult for Brazilians and Portuguese to understand each other.
Number 7.
Bengali. There are 273 million speakers of Bengali in the world. Bengali is the official language of Bangladesh and is also spoken in some areas of India and Burma. It belongs to the Indo-Aryan branch of the Indo-European language family, same as Hindi. It uses its own script, derived from the ancient Brahmi script, which is written from left to right. One of Bengali's distinctive features is its rich vowel system, with 7 vowels that can be nasalized, creating a total of 14 vowel sounds. This helps it contribute to the language's musical quality, which contributes greatly to its poetry and song. Nobel laureates like Rabindranath Tagore have helped promote Bengali art and literature around the world.
Number 6.
Arabic. There are total 274 million speakers in the world of Arabic. Did you know that Arabic is the only language on this list without native speakers? Indeed, Arabic is a large language with many different dialects, and all Arabic speakers grow up speaking a local dialect, like Egyptian Arabic, Levantine Arabic, Mesopotamian Arabic, or another local variety. So, how does Arabic have so many non-native speakers? That's because MSA is commonly used in newspapers, TV broadcasts, and movies, but people don't speak it with each other. It's an academic language that you'll find in literature and politics, but not in everyday life. As such, if you're interested in learning Arabic, you're better off starting with one dialect and then learning MSA to widen your horizons.
Number 5.
French. There are total 310 million speakers of French in the world. Like Spanish and English, French spread throughout the world along with the French colonial empire. Today, there are 29 French-speaking countries all around the world. If English is the language of business, then French is considered the language of culture. Its enormous importance is also reflected in the fact that it is the third language with the largest number of non-native speakers. It's also extremely helpful for diplomacy and public governance, as it's one of the official languages of the United Nations, the European Union, and many organizations like UNESCO, WHO, NATO, and more.
Number 4.
Spanish. There are total 559 million speakers of Spanish in the world. Spanish is the second most widely spoken language globally in terms of native speakers. It's also the most spoken of the Romance languages and the third most used on the Internet. Spain's enormous colonial expansion took this language not only to the Americas but also to Africa and Asia. Today, there are 21 Spanish-speaking countries in the world, with dozens more that have a significant Spanish-speaking population. Interestingly, the United States is the second country with the largest number of Spanish speakers in the world.
Number 3.
Hindi. There are total 610 million speakers of Hindi in the world. Hindi is, along with English, one of the 22 official languages of India, the second most inhabited country in the world. India's incredible linguistic diversity, more than 121 languages coexist, explains the high rate of non-native speakers who use Hindi as a lingua franca. In addition to India, Hindi is spoken by over a quarter of Nepal's population. It belongs to the Indo-Aryan branch of the Indo-European language and uses the Devanagari script. The script is phonetic, meaning each character represents a specific sound, making reading relatively easy once you learn the characters. It also uses a complex honorific system, with different verb formations and pronouns based on the social relationship between speakers.
Number 2.
Mandarin. There are total 1.138 billion speakers of Mandarin in the world. Looking at total speakers, Mandarin is the second most widely spoken language in the world. However, it's the most spoken language in the world if you count only first language, native, speakers due to China's significant population. Mandarin is not actually a language but a set of dialects of the Chinese language. What unifies these dialects under the same name is that they all use the same written form, with minor variations. Unlike most Western languages, Mandarin uses a logographic writing system, where characters represent meanings rather than sounds. While complex, this system allows written communication across dialects. Their spoken forms aren't mutually intelligible, though. For example, Mandarin has 4 distinct tones, plus a neutral tone, while Cantonese has 9 tones.
Number 1.
English. There are total 1.456 billion speakers in the world of English. According to Ethnologue, English is the most spoken language in the world, including native and non-native speakers. Like Latin or Greek at the time, English has become the world's common language. It is the default language in international business, tourism, technology, and much more. This is a Germanic language that originated in medieval England and is now the official language in 67 countries. A bilingual person who speaks Spanish and English can understand 1 in 3 people who connect to the internet. They can also access over 60% of everything published on the web. Despite its global prevalence, English has tons of regional variations in vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar, leading to countless forms, including British, Australian, American, and even Californian and New Yorker.